Hi YouTube, this is Bayu here. What I got for you today is this map, a real Russian map of the military situation in Ukraine. I said again, this is a real Russian map of the military situation in Ukraine. And if you are new to my website, you don't understand my point of view and my philosophy of describing or teaching or telling you or whatever noun or adjective you want to use. After you see this map, I have a video for you to see. It's an hour long, but the very interesting part, that's from a United States Marine military officer, Scott Reeder. That Scott Reeder is a very interesting military officer, Marine officer with many key jobs prior to become a civilian. And I want you to hear what he has to say about this war, about the intelligence problems that we have now in the United States Department. Now, a while back, there was an issue with the DOD, Department of Defense, USA, having over 35,000 military intelligence officers not attached to a unit in the military that free flow around the world. And why is it that it's double job between the CIA and the DOD? Personally speaking, I have a disdain for the idiots they are in the CIA. Remember when the Taliban shut down that Canadian jet spy that relayed communications? It was shut down. It is my belief that the female head of the CIA was shot down and killed in that airplane crash. Because first of all, we did not hear anything bad from the Congress to have her being fired from the CIA post, which she took. She was the person in charge for less than a year. That doesn't happen. But we did not hear the reason why she was fired. I said she was fired because she lasted less than a year, or around a year. I mean, in that time frame, around 12 months. And then the commander of the area, the person in charge of the area was also killed with her. And the Taliban put a little release saying that they find 4 bodies, more than 4 bodies actually. So I think they say 6 bodies. And one of them was a female high command, high target person in there. And you know, the Taliban don't lie. And now we know that they were getting money to be quiet, so whatever the case might be. But she's gone. We never saw a chain of command from her to the new one. We never saw any videos of her testifying in the Congress. We never saw her on TV. We never saw basically nothing about her. She kind of disappeared. In my humble opinion, she was shut down. Okay. Scott Reeder is explaining everything from the military perspective. Like I said, like I told you before, we even not knowing the information that he has. I knew that the Russians, they were able to cut the country between the east and the west. I'm not familiar with the history of Ukraine, but I knew that so much killing taking place over here of Russian ethnicity, 14,000, that means that these people regard these people subhumans. And if you listen to what he's saying, you understand the why. Okay? And it's an hour long, but it tells you the history and the problems that the USA is having now. Short and sweet, we are in deep doo-doo, in deep shaisa, and en un deep mierda in Spanish, because we are not run by competent people. Like Scott Reeder said, we have armchair generals that don't understand, and they are not field commanders. You have to be in the field to understand field command. And he did the analogy, just like I said the analogy, supply in the field is a mess. I play with supply a little bit in a cavalry unit. I know the nightmare they can be in. Everybody yelling at the same time, but they don't coordinate. Typical idiots. They have the bars, they have the rank, but they don't foresee anything, just like we have the idiots in the CIA. Now, I'm glad that we have people in the military, army, and marines, and naval officers that understand that issue. And we have civilians that cry and complain, treason, treason, treason. When our army Joint Chief of Staff talked to the Chinese Joint Chief of Staff, which is normal, guys. It's normal. Generals in different parts of the army, they talk to each other. There's nothing wrong with that. But the mentality of civilians is so narrow-minded that they don't understand. Here, the Russians are losing, we're going to get in the no-fly zone. Look at the red. Remember my last red? Now look at the battles right here. Practically Kiev is now, for all practical purposes, surrounded. The battles in the south. Look at these. All the battles right here. Red have been dominated already. Now, Odessa is here, and look at what the people are. Oh, Moldova is a very interesting case. This right here, this is a little free state. But Soviet free state is independent, but nobody recognizes it. And they already having soldiers and military Soviet and naval marines over here protecting this and coming forward to close this gap right here and surround Odessa. Once again, for those civilians that don't understand, the Russians are now marching in like the Nazis in World War II and taking over the city and blowing up everybody else. No, that's not the purpose. Surround the city and take a week or 2 weeks and little by little bit, block by block, meter by meter, building by building, and taking over. So you limit the loss of your soldiers' life, your loss of your human capital, which is very important in a battle like this. Listen to him, learn the history, and position yourself, because, guys, this is the beginning of the mess that we're going to see in the world. Not long ago, 3 days ago, our stupid government, it has to be stupid to tell the Chinese not to help the Russians. I mean, demanding the idiot, the security. Once again, you can label me anti-Semitic because every time that you get appointed to a job, they screw it up. Every single time. It's amazing. I don't know what they have in their head, what complex, what psychological problem that they cannot see, face the opposite party and try to mediate something. Those are civilians. They don't fight. They mediate. But they have their head is screwed up. They want to impose superiority. Superiority what? $30 trillion in the hole, you have to borrow money from everybody else and their sister. $30 trillion in the red. What kind of superiority you have? Just tell me slowly, maybe I'm missing something over here when it comes to money. Begging the Venezuela for oil. Saudi Arabia not picking up the phone, basically saying, go to hell, USA. And the Iranians now are trying to work, but they want guarantees on the paper. You know, you remember the old say, Indian giver? The world, the South, the global South, they already know how the US misbehave. I'm glad I live in Texas, you know, and those people in California. Sooner or later, you know what's going to happen. I don't have to explain to you everything in detail, but you know what's going to happen. I feel for the middle states that they have nothing, because the East is dead. The West, Northwest is dead, Boeing and all those plants over there. So what do we have left, guys? What really do we have left? Now, living in Texas, I'm telling you, we're getting a lot of people from the outside and bring all the problems to us. All these complexes and things like, hey, know your history. Read history. Understand your history so you don't do the same stupid mistake that we are doing again. This is the Southwest. And the Southwest will be the Southwest in the next 2,000 years. First of all, we are more brown people than anything else around. You don't believe me? Read the United States Census 2020. Point blank. This is a problem because these idiots right here want to kill all of these guys over here. And the big boy just took over the whole country. And look, Look at it. They're not touching the West. It's right here. I wonder why. Okay, short and sweet, guys. I know reality hits you in the face sometimes. Stop watching prostitutes. They give you nothing but BS. And if you have watch some of the Russian news, translate, understand what the issue is, understand what the real problem is, and have your passport ready. Talk to you later, guys.